Hey guys, it's Miranda here at Sunshine and Grace, where I make beautiful things for life, sown in sunshine and grown in grace. Today we are making, let me grab some of them here, some of these collage tickets, bougie collage tickets, because they're like all sparkly and pretty. I mean, just look at that. Ooh, pretty. Okay, so that's what we're making. We're using our Beebeecraft stamps for our last project with that, in that collaboration, and we are using the Beebeecraft patterned papers. So this is a collage project. You're going to need some sort of like cardstocky type stuff. This is not super heavy cardstock, but it'll do. You're going to need some printed paper, like patterned paper. You're going to need a napkin or some coffee filters or something like that to put over this when you get it all collaged to give it a kind of cohesive look. And then you're going to need book page, sheet music, scraps of that kind of paper. Okay? You're going to want some stamping blocks and stamps. We're going to get started. So we're going to open our glue. And you can kind of see the consistency here. See, it's thick, but not super thick. And we're just going to grab a couple pieces of paper and start tearing strips off. So, okay, that's good. Right there. I think that's enough of that. I'm going to set these to the side. And if I need to, I can grab them. We're just going to start with a corner and work our way out. And this, because it has two straight edges, see, I want that to go in the first corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and slop some glue down here.
Brilliant the artist, true is his hand, rich all the colors of salvation's plan. Blank was the canvas, full was his heart, when Jesus began his perfect work of art. Masterful touch, he has painted salvation with palette and brush from his glory above. Red is the color of my Lord's precious blood in the portrait of his love. Gold for the scriptures, the time can't erase. Blue for the depth of God's amazing grace. Black was the prison of sin that held me. Whiter than snow, the truth that set me free. Masterful touch, he has painted salvation with palette and brush from his glory above. Red is the color of my Lord's precious blood in the portrait of his love. Masterful touch, he has painted salvation with palette and brush from his glory above. Red is the color of my Lord's precious blood in the portrait of his love. In the portrait of his love. friend, do you know the depth of God's love? Have you laid your soul down in his rest? Can you say you remember the day when he clothed you in his righteousness? Even if your heart is hard as a stone, the Spirit can cut it right down to the bone. When did you give the Lord your broken heart so he could mend the pieces his word tore apart? What was the
All right, now just start spreading glue. Put it thick, okay? You want it to be thick and cover, like heavy on there. Well, not heavy, but you know what I mean. A lot. You want a lot. It should be shiny and wet with the glue so that when you go to put the napkin on, you don't mess it up, because then you're going to glue over top of that napkin too. This makes sure that everything that you've put on so far is actually glued down. First time I did a collage, I did it like old school, like grade school style. I hadn't done anything like this in years. And oh my land, you guys, I had so many pilly uppies, it was ridiculous. I mean, it was absolutely just depressing. I looked at that afterwards and I was like, this is pathetic. This literally looks like a kindergartner did it. But it came out okay. But okay. You're just going to take your napkin, spread that puppy out. You don't want it like a colored napkin. You want the white napkin, the like thing you peel off of most napkins. And you're just going to put it on there and then kind of squish it in spots so that you get some texture. Not too much texture, just a little texture, because you do want the whole thing covered. Then push it down. And like I say, it's okay if it wrinkles. That gives some tooth and texture and interest. Then, again, in your glue. This thing takes forever. But don't rub. Don't do that. Just dab to pounce the glue into it and kind of pounce the paper down gently, because it'll rip. Really, it'll rip. But I may have ripped many collages doing this. I just ripped that by just touching it. And make sure it is really glued. And we're gonna, this is a multi-step process, but we get a lot done in each step. That's probably a bit much of a wrinkle. I'm not gonna lie. That's bugging me. Okay, let's pounce it, pounce it, pounce it. And then when I get this done, we've got one more step, and then we're going to dry it. You would probably leave yours overnight. I'm going to go throw mine in the oven. Mine will come back unbelievably wrinkly, like curly and crunchy. I do not mind that. I actually like the curly, crunchy look. Okay, now you can see I am letting some of the glue pull. You'll see why here in a sec. I'm actually making it do it. Okay. That is a hot mess, is what that is. We are going to get our watercolors. Miss Phoebes is over here beside me. And we are going to take in, I use the lid for a pan, and get our water back. And decide what colors we want. I'm really liking the blues in this. So I'm going to use just a hint of blue. I'm going to get those two lighter ones. And then some reds. And there's some pinks. That looks purple, but it ends up being pink. We're going to use this brush. Let's put a little more water on those. And then put a little water in here. And then spritz the whole thing with water. Y'all are like, what in the world is this nut doing? Okay, we're just going to get a little red, a little purple, and we're going to start mixing it to see what color we're coming out with. Not what I was going for. Put a little more red in. Closer. That'll probably work. I've never figured out how to use that white, so it doesn't do what I think it'll do anytime I've tried. Now, we're going to take and dip in the glue and just put a little glue in there. And then a little more water. And start to swirl. And then do this number. Ooh, that pink came out perfect. Just tap it. You want little splatters everywhere. And literally there will be splatters all over the room. Just embrace it. It's art. This is why I have a studio. It's also why the closet in my bedroom has got like rainbow colored walls, because they literally got splattered so much when my studio was in there. Okay, and then if you want to get real splattery, you can flick it. I don't like the flick as much. I find it harder to do, but that does get some different styles of splatters. So, to give a little interest. I feel like this corner needs something. There we go. It's a little bit of a bland corner. Okay, wipe your fingers, wipe your toes, whatever it is you're using. I'm gonna, glue to things I didn't want to glue to. I'm gonna dry this out. Keep these papers, guys. They make pretty things later. Okay, now we're going to put some blue in here. So we're just going to spray the brush. To kind of rinse it. Spray some water. Spray the blues. And grab just a tiniest bit of blue. Ooh, that is brilliant. It's bright. Take our glue again. And swirl, and then splatter. We're not going to use as much blue. It's just like a little bit. You know, like, why'd you make so much? Because I didn't mean to. Okay. But you do want to make sure you're getting it pretty much everywhere. You know, a little bit of it in most areas, because you're going to cut this into tiny chunks. I think that's good. All right, I am going to pause this and go dry this. All right, there's what we're looking at when we come out of the oven. We've got a lot of like excess paper here that we got to get off.
The time you fell upon your knees, calling on the name of the Lord, you believed and put your trust in the cross. When did you give the Lord your broken heart?
Now, I'm just going to take and sort of try to force some of this into compliance a little bit. We're going to take our watered down glittery glue that we made. It's sloshy. And we're just going to start tapping into it. I want to make sure it's watery enough. And it should be. And then we just take and rub it in spots. Like that.
Friend, can't you see? The world is in need of the mercy He poured out at the cross. Would you dare to tell them the truth of the gospel, no matter the cost? Time is so short and the rapture is near. Will the Lord call
of. Okay, we're just going to set those aside and let it soak because we're done. Okay, we're going to let this dry for a minute. I'm probably just going to go pop it back in the oven for a second because that'll dry really quickly. Oh my lands, you guys, can you see all that? It's bougie as bougie. You guys, that is gorgeous. Just before we ever stamp or cut, look at that. That is so pretty. Oh my lands. And you can see where we put some more, you know, added a little more. It's sort of flattened. Let's get our stamps. Just a quick idea of how this process works. I'm using this for the biggest ones. It is my biggest mat or stamp block. And then I am using Stays On in Jet Black. Now I'm going to have to smell this because it smells good. Oh, man, does it ever smell good. I love that stuff. All right. Ink your stamp. Then what you want to do is you want to try to get overlap between two areas. So you want it to cover like different, you know, this is collage. So you want it to cover different patterns. So I'm going to start with this corner and start working my way up and around. And I work from the outside in. I just find that that works best. I want 3 of these. Let's see. Now I just leave a little bit of space between them so that when I go to cut them, it's not so hard to cut them out.
And put your trust in the cross. When did you give the Lord your broken heart? If you're not sure about your own salvation, why don't you trust him today? If you believe in God's justification, why don't you tell somebody? Why don't you share his love? When did you give the Lord your broken heart so he could mend the pieces his word tore apart? What was the time you fell upon your knees, calling on the name of the Lord? You believed and put your trust in the cross. When did you give the Lord your broken heart? When did you give the Lord your broken heart? Your broken heart. Your broken heart.
Jesus, I thank you for mercy and grace, for shedding your blood and taking my place, bearing my sin, taking the blame, leaving your glory to suffer my shame. I will forever praise your holy name because you love me.
Jesus, I thank you for all that you gave. You became sin that I might be saved. You paid the debt that I couldn't pay. Soon you will come back
Okay, we're done. That's it. That's the stamping. Okay, that is a lot of stamping. So what you do is you literally just come in wherever you can see the lines, leave a little bit of space around it just for your safe, you know, just so you don't cut your actual stamp or rip it like I just did. Then you just cut it out and trim it down however you need to make it look the way you want. So and save the little trimmings. They make great little like danglies to put on stuff. Obviously not the too skinny ones like this one. I wouldn't save. So it'll go over here in a trash pile. The other one that I just cut off, I'm going to save. Because it was fairly wide. Okay, ticket. You just go through and cut all of the tickets out. Slide all those out of the way and let's bring these back in. Because this is what we had. Oh my man, you guys. Guys. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, it's so awesome. Okay, let's count. Because we got these little ones too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That one's pretty. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, wow, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45 tickets. And such pretty tickets. Look at that. Oh my lands. I am absolutely in love with these. I think they are so gorgeous. I think these are prettier than the ones I made yesterday. And I thought they were gorgeous. How's that even possible? Okay, I'm going to slide that. Okay. There you go, guys. Let me know what you think in the description or in the comments below. And be sure to check out the description box for the discount code for Beebeecraft and get you some gorgeous stamps and papers and use them to make some very beautiful things. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna jump off here. Don't forget that Jesus loves you so much he died for you, and if you don't already know that and would like to hear about it, then hit me in the comments section or look me up over there on social media like I was talking about, and you can send me a direct message there privately and we can talk about it and get you sold for all eternity right then and there, so that yeah, you'll know exactly where you're going when you leave this life, because none of us is promised forever, you know, none of us is promised our next breath, and whether you like it or not, you're going to live forever somewhere. So make sure you're going to the right somewhere when you leave this life. Okay, you guys have an absolutely awesome day, and we will chat soon. Grace and peace. Bye-bye.